Hello. I'm a bit bored again, so I'm going to do a video showing some of my action figures that I've got from the Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you know or not, but that's where I got the channel name from, Mr. Underhill. It's the name that Frodo Baggins uses when he's escaping the Shire from the Ringwraiths. So, anyway, here we go. 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky, 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone, 9 for mortal men doomed to die. 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them all, 1 ring to bring them all in, and in the darkness bind them in the land of Mordor where the shadows lie. So here's the first one. This is a character called Lurtz. He's one of the orcs that takes the hobbits to Isengard. What did you say? If you've seen the Taking the Hobbits to Isengard video, you'll know what I mean. Anyway, so he's one of the Uruk-hai. I bought this maybe a few months before the first film came out, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyway, it was the same year that the Fellowship of the Ring came out. It says, newborn Lurtz with realistic battle action. Lurtz is the strongest and largest of the Uruk-hai, bred by Saruman, and whose sole mission is to seek out Frodo to gain the possession of the One Ring. He's got arm actions that he can do with the... I never actually opened this, so I did have one. I had a Ringwraith with a horse and I opened it, and I wish I hadn't done. But anyway, these other ones obviously are still in the boxes. I've got another one here, Nazgul. This one is the Witch King Ringwraith, the most powerful of all the Nazgul. This is from the first film. I think in the third one the action figure has armour, but I didn't actually get that far with the action figures, unfortunately. I stopped buying stuff by then, action figure wise. I mean, I was a bit old to buy this really, but when I bought them it was to you know, put away like I have done. Apart from that one that I opened because of being childish. I wish I hadn't opened it now though. Right, it says Witch King Ringwraith with sword and lunging action. The Ringwraiths were 9 mortal kings before they were transformed into Sauron's hooded riders by accepting the Dark Lord's gifts of 9 rings of power. They now walk neither living nor dead in the twilight world of Sauron's eye and hunt the ring, seeking to return to their master. To return it to their master. They actually weren't all kings. Some of them were wizards, and the Witch King was a Númenórean, but that's going too deep into it for this video. Aragorn's ancestors were Númenóreans as well, by the way. Is that Christopher Lee? No, it's Saruman the White, or it's his action figure anyway. The evil wizard from Two Towers, with the magical voice, if you remember. It says Sauron with the magic floating Palantir on base. Once a good wizard and ally of Gandalf, Saruman became corrupt in his quest for power and desire to obtain the One Ring for himself. He greedily rebuilt the once beautiful gardens of Isengard into breeding grounds for evil. Breeding grounds of evil. That's he was the one who bred the Lurtz and those orcs that captured the hobbits and took them to Isengard. This is Gimli, the dwarf, as played by John Rhys-Davies in all 3 films. He's got axes with him, and he's got the thing he drew, and he tries to break the One Ring with his axe, and it breaks the axe instead. Let's see. It says Gimli, the battle axe swinging action. With that battle axe swinging action, sorry. Stout in stature and quick in temper, Gimli represents the dwarves of Middle Earth in the Fellowship, with the wielding of his axes and his deep loyalty to the quest to break the evil of the One Ring. Gimli is a powerful force against the servants of the enemy. And here we have Gandalf the Grey. I'm not showing these in any particular order, by the way. I'm just going through my boxes, and this is the order that I'm finding them in. Anyway, what can I say about this guy? Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White he becomes. the most, probably one of the most well-known characters in the series. Anyway, Gandalf with the light-up staff action. Gandalf the Grey, a charismatic, witty, and mysterious wizard, joins the Fellowship and uses all of his power to help Frodo across Middle-earth to destroy the One Ring. There you go, you press that thing on the back and he raises his staff and then it lights up. Oh, the battery's going his arm apparently. And he's got his sword action as well. That's Gandalf the Grey anyway. And this one is Arwen, played by Liv Tyler, by the way. So I know I haven't mentioned all the actors' names, but it doesn't matter. I'm not really going off a script. Anyway, it says, with the fulfillment of the quest to destroy the One Ring and the end of the war, Arwen is granted her greatest wish. In a world without the evil of Sauron, she can survive even without the grace of her people, for the elves are leaving Middle-earth for the uttermost west, never to return. At her father's side, she travels to the Minas Tirith and is wed with great ceremony to her beloved Aragorn, the newly crowned king of Gondor, in the court of kings beneath the flying flags of victory and peace. My cat was called Aragorn, by the way. I don't actually have the Aragorn figure, unfortunately. Right, this is a Gollum figure, as you can see. It doesn't speak anymore, unfortunately. The batteries must have run out. It used to say, "My precious," and other things. I can't remember what else it said. Right, Gollum with electric sound bass. Not anymore. Tortured and wretched by the lure of the One Ring, Gollum is a withered, piteous creature, driven mad and twisted by his loss of the One Ring. Decades ago, he was compelled to hunt Middle-earth, searching everywhere for the only thing in the world he ever cared for, his precious. And he says, "My precious," like I said. And there he is on his base. Well, I'm not going to open it to put batteries in. Just leave it. Hopefully they haven't bled, but they might have done. Right, I was wrong. I do have a few from Return of the King. And here's one. I'll try and get my finger. I've not tested this yet, so we'll see if it speaks. Oh, it does. He doesn't say much, does he? I'm not going to read it all out. I'll just put it there for a second. If you want to read it, you can pause it and read it. It's too much. It's too hard to read it round the phone or through the phone. This is one of the little ones. I bought this one with the Arwen one, actually, from Poundland, I think. A few years ago. Well, more than a few years ago, about 5-6 years ago now. Maybe it's slightly longer, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's Treebeard with Merry and Pippin. I think it was part of some kind of tabletop game. I never saw it, though, when it was originally out. Right, this is the last one, actually, action figure that I've got. It's probably the best one. It's the one I like the most, anyway. So I'm going to try and... This one does speak, I think. It did last time I tried it a few years ago, anyway. So I'll give it a try. Oh, can't find the button. Got it. This, of course, is Sauron from the First Age, as seen in the Fellowship of the Ring at the very beginning, when he gets his finger chopped off and loses the Ring of Power. Let's see. What does it say? It says Sauron from the Second Age. Sorry, the Second Age. I said the First Age, so no, I was wrong. I did know that. I don't know why I said the First Age. With electronic light and sounds, the manifest visage of all evil in Middle-earth, Sauron was known by many to the free peoples of Middle-earth in the guise of once both fair and wise. He came as a bearer of gifts, magic rings, which would prolong their lives of their users and grants certain powers to them. In time, however, the true nature of the Dark Lord was revealed when Sauron placed upon his own finger the master ring, the one ring of power, to control all others. In the second age of Middle-earth, Sauron came out to do battle with the allied forces of men and elves as I can't speak, as a great and undefeatable warrior, and that's the warrior he came out as. Anyway, I've got books as well, so I might do a video on that either later on today or tomorrow or something. See how it goes. See if anybody's interested in this one. I'm sorry, when I'm reading things out loud, I trip myself up on the words, so I'm sorry about that. Do my best. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then you know, you can like it if you want, and you know, if you're not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.